Hello.
Episode 21 of Sip Happens.
I mean, we can drink. Good thing.
We can? Oh, wow. Great. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We need them. We should have them drinks that we haven't had this entire time, even though the premise of our podcast is that these are things we discuss over martinis.
It needs to be edited and extremely, we need to change that right now. I don't know.
I blame my unborn child. It's mostly...
Yeah, also the timing of it,
their
though. I'm not
fault.
really drinking martinis. Usually we record on Fridays at 1. And
Yeah.
10, that's typically not a time when I would want a martini. It's more like an end of day
Maybe
thing.
we need to start having Friday afternoon martinis. Maybe that needs to be a new thing in our lives.
I mean, maybe we could get some like our guests. We have some good guests that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. I feel like that
We
could
do.
be
I'm
fun.
excited.
I'm
excited. And I also am excited about your tennis chic vibe that you've got going on right now.
I'm
Your
always sporty.
tennis ball color, game set match hat.
I am.
Just,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Chic.
You know, I'll tell you what I'm not wearing is any sort of Ryder Cup frat boy merch. Well, we're just going to dive into like, what did you see this weekend? Because golf is never usually on my radar.
No.
And then like golf and specifically the Ryder Cup was all over my TikTok, all over social, all over
because
Instagram.
People are being mean. That's all I'm seeing. People are being rude to Rory.
Because it is a U.S. versus kind of European golf tournament. I know nothing about this except I what
you learned from social.
But what I also didn't understand was like, when did it get so frat boy, Americana, rude, like the worst? It was like the worst display of, gamesmanship or even respect. And Colin Jost did this awesome, I think it was presented by T-Mobile, and they did this like, I don't know, it's really kind of fun, unhinged reporting from the Ryder Cup, and it was incredible. Did you see any of this? It was just like, so basically he had this, I don't know, kind of went out in the field and had a couple of reporters out there. It was more of like, it felt like an SNL skit, but it was like funny social content. And I don't know, like the people that were just showing up there, I mean, again, it was skewed, it was social, but
it feels
just
very
this unhinged,
Billy Madison
rude
sequel. Like the kind of fratty pyrotechnics version of golf.
Wait, no, close. Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
Billy Madison.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm picturing, though. Like this super aggressive Happy Gilmore style, like those bad guys of golf versus...
But of course it turned into something political because it was New York and then Trump shows up. And so you have all of the whole like, MAGA, Trump, golf, white, rich people in that world. And I say that all because, again, that was exactly kind of like the image that was being portrayed. But anyways, Ryder Cup, all over my socials. I usually never care about golf, but that was a huge thing. How was your weekend?
You know what's been all over my socials? I didn't realize this because throughout the week, I will take notes on my little notes app of things I saw on social, what's the big deal, just stuff I want to talk to you about that I am not texting you instead. And just now in reviewing these notes before getting on here, I realized that there were multiple astronaut-related notes that I saw this week. So I guess that's how not I guess, I know you click on one astronaut thing, they're going to start giving you more astronaut news. So I have a lot of astronaut stuff on my feed this week.
But quick pause on that. Something else that we haven't talked about yet is the fact that we now have blended reels. We never really talked about this.
No. I still don't fully understand
is someone coming up your stairs?
No, there's a cat scratching.
That's their cat? I thought that was like Emmy. Oh no, everyone's at school. So for anyone who thinks this is like an off the rail conversation, I could hear this like, it felt like
if you could hear it, they're probably going to be able to hear it too. We'll see in the post edit. We'll find out with our edit team. There's no edit team.
The Reels thing, have you been noticing anything different? So now there's a feature on Reels where you can go with your friends and basically I'll start to get fed content that's unique to your algorithm and vice versa. I don't know.
But so I feel like this also depends on the way you consume Instagram in this instance. I don't scroll through Reels. I'm not someone who, like, I just open and scroll through my feed itself. And if there's reels on my feed, I'll see them, but I don't go to like the dedicated reels section and
Yeah.
just scroll through reels. So I don't know what my reels algorithm looks like.
Actually, and maybe I misspoke. I don't know if the blend is just reels or if it's
I
all
think
the
it is.
content. It is just
No, I
reels.
think
Okay.
it's reels.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Anyways, continue. Please tell me what you saw with your astronaut stuff.
Whew. Okay, so
Yeah.
first thing I saw with my astronauts is for the first, there's the cat that really wanted to be a part.
I knew
Hey,
it.
Duke. Hey, Duke.
Hey, Duke. I mean, yeah.
Just jumped on the back of my chair in a very dramatic fashion. Okay, for the first time in history, the incoming NASA class has more women than men. There are 6 women and 4 men in the incoming NASA class of 2025. Hats off, astronauts. Love that for you. Secondly, I know that our dedicated listeners may be expecting Mel Robbins on the podcast. I think you said it was October 4th she was coming.
Well, she just switch her schedule
Scheduling
around.
issues, we're working it
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But since everyone is anticipating that and it's coming soon, I saw a clip on TikTok of the Kelly Girardi. Do you know her? She is
I know exact yeah.
wonderful
Mhm.
astronaut, like not even like just astronaut. She does like astro planet physics, made up thing, not a thing. She's genius in space. But she's been very, very open about her IVF journey, and she went on Mel Robbins' podcast. So I was like, oh, just like convenient timing that she is on here because she is talking about all of our favorite topics like IVF and
Yeah.
loss and transfers. And she, if you don't follow her or if you have any interest in the IVF world, she is probably someone you already follow. But she very, very openly did a transfer. She first did a retrieval, got 26 eggs from her retrieval, and then through the process ended up with only 1 viable embryo, which happens.
Mhm.
We've been there. But transferred that embryo, it stuck, and then very publicly shared the whole journey. And at 9 weeks, that one did not stick and she lost it. And again, very, very public, posted about the loss, and is now actively going through another transfer, another retrieval, the whole process, and transferred another embryo, and it stuck. And she, I want to say, is 9 weeks pregnant again now. She just got promoted from her fertility clinic to her OB. And so, again, she's just very, very publicly sharing this whole journey. And on the podcast, Mel was asking her why. And it's
Mhm.
a lot of the same ethos and message that we talk about all the time, that
Yeah.
because no one else does. And this is a huge part of the process. And she's like, it was a big call to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the entire thing. But hats off to her. And I think she has changed so many people's perspective about IVF and about fertility because she's been so
Yeah.
open. So I loved
Like,
it.
I remember, like, when I was, like, in the thick of it, you're just so like, I remember I was just craving not like feeling like I wasn't alone, that wasn't really it, but just I wanted to, like, consume content that was like, "Oh, okay, someone else is going through this too." So, I remember going down, like, a rabbit hole and finding, like, random vlogs of women who were, like, live vlogging their IVF journey on YouTube, and, like, it wasn't high-end, like, big influencers or produced, but, like, they were going through exactly what I was, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like, here's" I don't know, not what to expect, but here are other symptoms and what other people are thinking through, so yeah, it's great, I saw it too, and as when you said
It's so good.
astronaut, I knew that was gonna
You
be
knew where we
what
were
yeah,
going.
I figured it's gonna be yeah.
I feel like so much of it is not necessarily not wanting to feel alone, at least for me personally. I'm sure for a lot of people, it is not wanting to feel alone and having a sense of community. And I will say that the IVF infertility community is a very, very strong one. It's a club that you don't want to be in, but once you're in it, you are in. But I feel like a lot of it for me is understanding what is and is not normal as part of the process, where you're like, did this happen to anyone else? This feels funny. Or like, is it normal to get 26 eggs and then only end up with 1 viable embryo? Having people be able to share their experiences to know what is and is not happening to other women going through the same process. So please keep sharing your stories if you guys have been through it. We'll do our best.
Yeah, amen, amen.
Are you going to live
Um,
tweet and share your upcoming retrieval? play-by-play updates?
Ugh, hell no. No, I don't do that. I'll share stuff with you. But also, like, you know, it's also kind of weird because it's like I feel like I've kind of like publicly and like verbally manifested that and kind of committed that, but I still, but I haven't done anything to. I, I haven't. But that's it. I just said I was going to do it, but I guess I still have some time. I want to do it in November. So, but no, I mean, you know, I'll see how I
It is a
feel.
funny thing, though, because especially when you've been through a cycle, you understand the timing better. So I remember when I had done the transfer, you knew I had done the transfer and you were super, super respectful about it. And you reached out and you were like, hey, I don't know if you've done any tests yet, but just curious if you've tested and if you're comfortable sharing it. Like, because you know the timing, you're like, you know by now a
And
test
I
will
know
tell you.
you probably
You
took a
know I'm
test the next
testing.
day.
Yeah,
Like,
you know I'm not. But you were very respectful of it. But then the more people who know that, there are people who aren't a you in my life who would be like, hey, did it stick? That I'd be like, hey, I regret telling you that I even did a transfer because I don't want to tell you if it's stuck yet,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's tough.
yeah,
It's amazing when
yeah,
there's people who, like Kelly,
yeah.
who literally just publicize the entire thing. That's, get it, girl. Anyway, so you did your 5K, 10K this weekend. Max got
I
second.
Yes, so we had a big weekend. Number one, we spent the weekend up in the Adirondacks, which are like the far north woods
Looked
in New
beautiful.
York, about
Just
two
perfect
hours
fall.
outside of the Catskills. Yes, and first fun fact is the Adirondacks are the largest, I guess technically like national park in the US, which I think no one realizes. I think it's also under the
I
radar
didn't
because a
realize
lot of
that.
it's like privately funded as well, so it's not technically all public state land. But, it's amazing, weather was incredible. I had all these, very cliched pinch me moments where it was just so idyllic and beautiful, and the weather was amazing that it was like this out of body experience. It was like this perfect
Ugh,
70s, and we went to this beautiful lake and stayed at this lodge, and it was this big marathon weekend, and a marathon, a half marathon, a 10K, a 5K, a kids race. The biggest highlight of the weekend, though, Max did a mile run race and he won, like, 2nd place, and it was his
huge.
first time it was so fun, it was the first time he ever did anything like that, it was all for, like, under 10 kids, and Max is 6, and,
Yeah.
he ran with his little girlfriend, Georgia, and all these kids were, like, 50% there's about 100 kids, over half of them were 8 to 10, maybe 11,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he I was just I couldn't believe he actually ran an entire mile as fast as he could,
Yeah.
and he came in 2nd. I thought he was gonna be stopping and smelling the flowers and
Yeah,
just hanging
absolutely.
out and
Digging
frustrated
for
because people were
worms, who
fasting.
knows?
It was incredible, and he, like, ended, and he's like, "Max Mursky," or "Number 2," "coming in 2nd," and, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And
That's
he, like, wasn't even
awesome.
tired. It was awesome. It was, like, such a proud moment. I feel and I still had to, like, catch myself because I was like, I didn't wanna be, like, too, like, effusive with, like,
Celebratory.
yes,
Yeah.
because like, it's a kid's run, it's a fun run, and, like,
Yeah.
I don't wanna make too big of a deal out of it,
It
but instead I'm
matters
like,
as
"Oh,
much
well,"
as the times he finishes last. Like, it's fine, but
and
also
that's what I said
awesome.
to him kind of later, and so I was like, "I would have been happy no matter, win or lose,"
Yeah.
but he's wearing his medal around town, and, "Oh, he got
My
second,"
goodness.
a street's closed, and he couldn't get in, so he goes to the policeman, like, "I got second, can I get in?" So it's just
I mean,
awesome seeing
yeah,
your
work
kid,
it.
like, flourish and shine and do amazing, and a lot of my biggest moments of pride have come from, like, physical activity and sport because that's kind of
Yeah.
just, whether it was skiing, then Craig's like, "Oh, what about that moment when he, like, did his drum recital?" I'm like, "That was nothing." Like, he went up bikes, he, like, went up on stage, and, like, that was nothing, So it's I don't know. It was a great moment. It was a great weekend, great
Yeah.
breweries, we went up to good friends, and it was also one of those weekends where we traveled with a new family, and they're good friends. Kids are very close,
Yeah.
and, it
It's a
was
big
nice
step,
because
though, to travel together for the first time.
yeah, I mean, like, separate cars and separate rooms and everything, but, like,
Yeah.
on the similar itinerary, and no, they're great. I mean, we're friends because our kids brought us together, but then also we have established our own personal relationships and
That's so nice.
friendships, and it's fun. It's fun finding, like, cool people who are, like, mom friends outside of just, like, your kids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was great. It was
Ve
a really, really good weekend. Yeah.
Good. And especially because, again, as you've talked about on this podcast before, Max has been having a hard time with losing things and competitiveness and that. So for him to have a win like that is really good.
I mean, it could have gone I thought he I mean, it could have gone the entirely opposite way where he started running and, got burnt out too fast 'cause like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you gotta pace yourself. You can't go too fast out of the gate." And so, yeah, I mean, I thought maybe he would just sprint and then get so burnt out and, like, stop after a couple hundred feet and, like, cry or get upset because he was behind and everyone's running faster than him and he's getting left behind. And no, and I was like, "So what were you thinking about the whole time, as you're running?" Like, and he's like, "Well, like, in my mind, I was thinking, how am I gonna get in front of these 2 guys?" And he's like, I was so lucky because the 2 people in front of me got really tired and they just put their hands on their knees and were like, breathing really loudly, and I just kept going past them. I'm like, "Were you even tired?" And he's like, "I was tired, but I probably could have kept going." I'm like, "Dude, it was awesome." Yeah.
Does he have the bug now? Does he want to do more?
I Maybe. I mean,
We'll see.
it's like kids, like, when you talk about running in races, they're like, "Okay, I'll see if I could beat you to that tree." It's never like I mean, and a mile's a pretty
What's my mile
decent
time?
amount
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
I feel like they ran that mile in, like, I don't know, 7 minutes? It was so fast. I was like the psycho mom trying to run around the lap trying to see him. So,
Trying to keep up and work on your
yeah,
own
I'm
mile pace.
officially, like, yeah, a sport mom, but it was awesome. It was a really
That's
good
awesome.
weekend.
That's so great. And just to have that beautiful, I mean, it was a perfect fall weekend, and to be upstate and enjoy that
Yeah,
is really, really nice.
yeah. I mean, we started,
We
like,
had
Zillowing, of course, houses.
Yeah, you
I
have
know.
to. You
Of
you
course,
have
yeah.
to. Anytime you see something that's not even
Yeah.
on the market, you're like, "I wonder when that was last on the market." That's the best
Wait,
game.
I wanna hear about your weekend, but what I also have been meaning to ask you is, I, like, loved your on TikTok, what was it, like, that trend well, I know a lot of things on TikTok, but, like,
The
but your
"Unfortunately, I do love" trend.
yes, and the
Yeah.
Zillowing one, so why don't you
Yeah.
tell everyone here what
Well,
you
first of all, if you aren't on TikTok, I will explain what the trend was, and then secondly, if you are on TikTok, I'll explain how you were all doing the trend wrong because you were. So, the trend was just making a list of things, unfortunately, I do love, and just listing things that you do love that either most people don't love or whatever it is, and some people were taking it one direction and being like, "Unfortunately, I do love long walks on the beach." And I'm like, "That's not an unfortunate thing. Like, everyone loves long walks on the beach." So I tried to make a list of things, which I believe was the intention of the trend, that aren't the most appealing, universal crowd pleaser things. So I said, "Unfortunately, I do love granny panties. Unfortunately, I do love picking my nose," because I absolutely do, and sometimes the tissue does not get the job done. But one of the things that I said that Steph is referring to is, unfortunately, I do love Zillowing any address of your house. If you've given me your address, I have Zillowed your house, and it just happens. Like, if it's like a kid's birthday party that we get invited to for a classmate, I will Zillow your house. I'm not just going to look it up on the map and figure out directions together. I want to know the layout of your home. I want to know when you purchased it. I want to know everything about it. And apparently I'm not alone in that, because that was the one that most people commented and were like, "Yeah, absolutely. I thought everyone does that." Is it
uh,
like an invasive thing to like just
100%. It's
stalk
like
people?
it kind of is, but it's public information. I love real estate.
It's
I will
not
look
like
at any
I want to know what your house is worth kind of thing. It's just like
no.
oh, I'm super curious about your home. And this is information that's readily available to me. It's not like I want to go on your Instagram page and figure out when you broke up with your last boyfriend so that I have a better understanding of your current relationship. No, I'm not like full on stalking. I just want to know the details of your home.
Yes, I've Zillowed your address. My favorite bedtime activity is I'll go into all of my dream locations or I'll fantasize about living in X, Y, and Z place, and I will just Zillow homes. I also will listen to House Hunter International, or not
Mhm.
listen to,
Mhm.
watch House Hunters International and, daydream about what it's like to be living in, Peru or
There's
Spain.
definitely a market for those. It's all the selling sunset shows, all of the real estate shows. There's like a market
That's
for people who want to see the aspirational homes that they'll never actually live
but it's
in.
not
It
for me
just
though, it's less selling sunset and the aspirational home stuff. I like the real stuff, like, that's I actually, like, love, like, the down and dirty house hunters, like,
okay.
do you like, just down and
I
dirty
like the
house hunters.
Architectural Digest stuff where they tour
Oh, that's
celebrity
nice, yeah.
homes. That's always
Yeah,
fun.
I like that, but
Because
it's just still,
maybe it's a
like
millennial thing. Maybe it's like scratching that old Cribs itch for us, because that I loved. I used to love Cribs, the weirdest show, but I loved it.
Yeah, but I mean, MTV, I mean, trendsetting in that. I mean, they
Back
were
in
the
the day.
original reality show,
What
right? I
was
mean,
the what was the car one where they'd make over the people's
road
car?
oh, I don't know. I thought I think of Road Rules.
No, they would like something my car. They would make over
Hit my
people's
car.
car.
Hit my car.
Pimp
Hit
my
my hit
ride, pimp my
hit
ride,
my
pimp my
ride.
ride. That show,
Yeah.
what that I mean, is it because there was a lack of options back in the day? I remember watching so much Pimp My Ride before I even had my driver's license. Like, why was I why was I watching that
And,
show?
remember Room Raiders? How gross is that? They take the black light to the, like, your bed sheets and stuff?
My So here's another fun tangent for you. One day, when I die first, Spencer will be the Golden Bachelor because there are 5 people in my past who, after me, have gone on to do reality television. And so I think it's just and I brought that up because the first one was my high school boyfriend who went on to do Room Raiders. And literally as it was the college special edition. They went to UGA and raided his room and they found a notebook full of poetry, including a sonnet that he had written me as
Oh my
part of his
god.
English class assignment. And I was a freshman in college when this happened and all of my friends were watching this like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And he literally, they read it. He was on the bus and whoever was raiding his room read the sonnet and he was like, oh my gosh, my high school girlfriend's going to be so pissed. I was like, why would I be
I thought
pissed?
that, like I thought that you were gonna say, like, they found, like, an old bra of yours or something. That's what I thought
No,
this
also, we
conversation was
never
going.
actually dated. This was a very religious situation. We were courting. Um,
Mm. With your
but
purity ring,
it was not my
right?
choice. Not my
Yeah.
choice. I didn't have the purity ring. Yeah, his family was a little bit different religion than my family. But yeah, so we've had someone on Room Raiders, then someone who went on to do The City, the spinoff of The Hills.
Yeah, of course.
What's the Montauk one?
I have no idea. Montauk? I
Oh my
have no
gosh,
idea.
why am I blanking? Summer House. Summer House.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Another
watch
one
any
right
of
before
those.
Spencer, who went on to do 2 different reality shows on Netflix, a dating one during COVID and then one of the real estate ones. So
Eh,
Spencer's going to be the next Golden Bachelor when I die.
he would be for 2 comments on that. First is, I have, like, reality I don't know, I've never really been into reality TV because I also I don't
Neither
know,
am I.
for whatever reason. But Spencer would be I could absolutely picture him as, like, an
Absolutely.
amazing candidate for the Golden
Yeah.
Bachelor. Just, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, they could figure out a way to market so many different angles of him, like,
Mhm. Mhm.
bring in, like, merchant
Showing him on his
marines, like
sailboat
yeah,
and
uh-huh,
yeah,
mhm.
so
But he
much
could
stuff.
still make you a great drink. "Oh, but he's a daddy's girl." Like, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I can
Yeah.
picture oh, but he's also a ski instructor.
Mhm. One
Mm,
day, he's
I
gonna
don't
make a
know.
great Golden Bachelor one day.
So funny.
That's another thing, though, that started this week, and I assume you don't watch. I don't watch The Bachelor.
Yeah,
I don't watch a
no.
lot of reality TV. The ones that are my kinda guilty pleasures are the Love Is Blind, all of those series. I don't know why I
Oh,
like that
yeah,
so much,
yeah.
but I just kinda
I
got
watched some
hooked.
of those.
And then, Golden Bachelor, not regular Bachelor, but the old people Bachelor, and they just started a new season of that, and I started watching that, and it's just I think because they're older, wiser, more mature, the
Mhm,
cattiness
mhm,
isn't there, so
mhm,
it's not all
mhm.
these, like, women or men fighting over someone. Like, every woman contestant walks into the room and is like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna have a hard time picking between us. We're all so beautiful." Like, they're all so
Yeah,
uplifting, and
yeah,
they just
yeah.
really all want each other to win and succeed and find love, so it's really endearing. I loved it. It's just 1 episode, but it's fun so far.
We went on an amazing tangent as you were about to tell me about your weekend.
Yes, and then it just went all the different directions. My weekend, we had a quick visit from some family members that, just in and out. They were bouncing around, visiting people in the city and kind of checking off all the boxes of who they were visiting, which is lovely, because it was you don't have to entertain or do something for the entire weekend. It's just a quick visit. I will say I don't know when they showed up, I was in a feisty mood, and we went out to lunch, and it was just me and the 2 of them, and they asked me, they said, "How are you feeling about the whole Tylenol controversy?" Which is something that happened since we recorded our last episode of this, and I very blankly said, "There is no controversy. That's misinformation. How are you feeling about the first 9 months of this administration that you voted for?" And so that was a lovely lunch. I really just jumped right into it. Um, But it was fine. It's always lovely catching up with family and diving into hot button issues and topics. But I will say and we talked about this, we posted and recorded our last episode of this like an hour before that Tylenol press conference. And I immediately texted you and was like, I am so glad we already
I
recorded
know.
because I can't believe what's happening. And it's been a week since that announcement, and it's still something that rubs me all the wrong ways and makes me so uncomfortable, makes me so sad for doctors who are trying to do the right thing, who now are going to have to spend so much time explaining things to patients who don't know better and are just following blindly. But it gives me hope that there are the number of people that I've seen coming out and publicly saying that this is not correct. So I'm hopeful for that in what's happening. But again, still very much stuck to my personal shot schedule, still taking acetaminophen as needed. And it's not like I'm taking it every morning with my multivitamins and
Yeah,
prenatals, but
I don't know. It's honestly, I, it's, I, it's one of those things where I have like no comment because I have so many comments that I have to have no comment because
so
unfortunate.
it's a
Honestly,
lot. You know what I was explaining to my husband is that, and my sister, who is an ER doctor, we were talking about it because she was like, this is exhausting. I'm going to have to do so much work, much more work now, trying to convince people that it's okay to take medications that they need to protect their body and their babies. And she was like, it's people don't understand the difference between correlation and causation. And I said, yeah, but the hard part is I don't think people understand the difference because a lot of people don't even understand what correlation means and what causation means. And so you're fighting multiple battles. You're trying to like explain this to people. And we got kind of rolling in that conversation. I was like, the hard part for me is that I don't want to be a scientist. I don't want to be a researcher. I don't want to be a data analyst. I don't want to be someone who has to read the research every time to understand what is going on. I want to be able to trust the people who are giving me the information so that I don't have to do more work. Like I'm already a mom, a publicist, an accountant, a home manager, a chef. Like I'm already doing all these other things.
you
I'd like
know.
to be able to just like sit down at the end of the night and scroll through TikTok and not have to sit down and research whether or not acetaminophen is going to impact my unborn child. It's just so much work,
I
unnecessary
mean,
work.
if you have a headache, you need to take care of yourself. I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
drinking water doesn't always help that.
It doesn't.
I
Or
know,
eating a
I know.
banana, as my mom would always prescribe. Did you have a banana? Maybe you need a banana.
Oh, for what, like
The
the
old banana.
potassium and the electrolytes?
Just,
Salts,
the
maybe?
banana was always the recommendation for anything in my house. Have you had a banana? Do you need a banana? Surprised that I still
No,
like
I'm good.
bananas.
No,
I'm
I'm
trying to
good.
see. I had not Taylor related, but closely Taylor related.
Mhm.
Selena
Tell me
and
more.
Benny.
Oh,
Selena and Benny.
I don't know
They
what
got
happened. They break
married.
up? Oh,
No, they got
good.
married.
I don't follow them a ton. I don't know, like, that for some
Really?
reason that yeah. I mean,
I
if
feel
it's
like
in
you
my
would because
feed,
they're so like Taylor tertiary.
I don't like her music. I don't mind her as a person. I'm just, like,
Okay.
not into her music.
Okay.
Interestingly, in the latest issue of New York Magazine or something in the past, I didn't realize what a contentious relationship Selena has had with her mother. So I guess I didn't
Mm-hmm,
realize
mm-hmm.
that
I
she
saw
had
that
all of
article
that
too.
and
Yeah,
the
that
mental
can
health
we call it an
and
article? I feel like that was an expose.
I mean,
There
it
was a
was
lot of
pretty
dirt
it was
uncovered.
very, very juicy. Not in a bad
Mm-hmm.
way, but just wow, it exposed so much history between Selena and
And
her mom
mental health
has
issues
very serious
and
bipolar
uh-huh.
issues. I didn't realize also that she was a teen mom. Like her mom had her when she was 14 or 15, like something super, super young.
I
So
don't
they're
think
only
I
like
realized that
14
either.
year
Yeah.
age difference. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. The Selena Benny, I thought you were gonna go in the Bad Bunny direction because they just announced that he's doing the
No,
Super
which
Bowl
is
halftime
amazing.
show. I'm so
So
glad that
excited.
Taylor is not doing
No.
Super Bowl halftime. I'd be like, girl, I love you. Too much, overexposed,
Yeah.
have your wedding. But it is the Taylor week. It is the week
It is
of
the
the Let
Taylor
the Chill
week.
era.
Have you pre-ordered, correct?
You know, again, I've been in denial about like being like a Swiftie
A
and stuff, but
Swiftie,
like I
yeah.
think I kind of like her, and so yeah, I pre-ordered the original vinyl just to kind of have that.
You actually own a record player though, correct?
I do. I don't know how
Okay,
to use
so
it perfectly, but Craig can show me.
Yeah, that's fine. But there are a lot of people who are also ordering those just as a collector's item who don't even have record players. So at least you're going to be able to use your record player,
Yes. I'll be
which I
able to
love.
use it, but it also might just sit on my desk somewhere too. I don't know. But,
I feel like you'll
yeah,
listen to it once, then put it back in the sleeve,
for
and
sure.
it'll be
I'll listen.
a collectible.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Will you listen for the first time on the record, or do you think you're going to just stream it
No, because
as
I'm
soon as
flying to
available?
Chicago. I'll be home in Chicago this weekend for Northwestern's homecoming. I'm gonna take Max to his first Big Ten Northwestern football game. I couldn't even tell you who they play. It's some super random out of conference team from Louisiana.
Poor team.
And
They just set it
I
up so they have
know. But
someone
then
to
if I
destroy for the weekend.
maybe, but then I said, if I said the team, I'm sure people would be like, oh yeah, of course I know that. But and then on Sunday, there's a Northwestern women's soccer alumni
Fun.
game and tailgate. And X like, but is it the boys? I'm like, no, it's the girls. But I don't want to watch the girls. I want to watch the boys. I'm like, oh my God, like, come on, dude. I'm trying to women's sports. Let's get
Work
into
with
it.
me here. Yeah.
Come on, we saw a professional women's basketball game. I want to watch the boys. I'm like, okay, that we have gone to a lot more women's sports. Well, boys play football. You'll see them on Saturday.
True.
So no, I will be listening to Taylor. Likely I will be timing it on Friday. Album comes out. I will go for a nice long run and I will absorb the album as I run.
Okay.
And then that
Great.
evening we're gonna go to Fright Fest at Great America. Did you ever do those?
Ooh,
Did you ever
no.
Great America by you?
I don't like the spooky like haunted house thing.
Yeah.
Never been my thing.
Well, no, it's like, Great America, the theme park. They do like
Okay.
a haunted park experience, and it's actually, like, quite scary, but Max wants to go to it, and I'm a crazy bad mom. Like, he's watched, like, the most inappropriate movies. He's watched, like, I talked about this, like, A Quiet Place, he watches,
That's
like,
terrifying.
Lord of
Really?
the Ring. Oh, yeah, he, like, loved it. So Craig can't
Great.
even
I love it.
Craig can't watch it, but Max
Yeah,
can
I
watch it.
don't
I
know.
mean, I kinda censor some of it, but yeah,
We
it's
tried
not
to
the great.
watch so we watched Wonka, the Chalamet one recently with the kids, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." So now whatever streaming platform it is pushing out all of the Willy Wonka themed content ever to us. So I was like, "All right, let's give it a whirl." We tried the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka and the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and
Creepy?
I mean, I should have known it's Johnny Depp. It was super creepy. I was fast forwarding through several parts that creeped me out because I also remember as a kid the original one when they go through that tunnel with the lights and like the psychedelic stuff.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
very
yeah.
vividly remember not loving that. So I don't even know what they did in the Johnny Depp version of that. As soon as I got to that scene, I just fast forwarded because I was like, I don't as my inner child doesn't want to know. So I don't think I want my kids to know what is happening right now either. So it was really strange, not appropriate for a 4 and a 2-year-old. Like to the point where I think it was like 30 minutes into it, I was like, "Do you guys want to turn this off and watch something else?" And they were both hooked. They were into it. So I was like, "Okay, I guess we're stuck
Okay.
with this one.
Yeah, I
I'll
haven't
ride it
seen that.
out." You're not missing out. It's a little strange. A little strange. But the
Crazy.
Chalamet one was lovely. Spencer cried multiple times. It was great. Spencer's
I
an
have
emotional movie
0
watcher.
interest in watching that. I don't know, is it a musical? I don't know. I like the original. Give me
There were some
the
songs.
original
Yeah,
Gene Wilder one.
yeah. I was about to say Gene Hackman. That was not the correct Gene. Wrong
Did he
Gene.
pass away? Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Gene Wilder.
Wilder. Yeah, that sounds
Um
familiar.
Also, randomly on my socials that I have been getting fed a ton is Matthew McConaughey has been making the rounds as he's promoting a new like book of poetry and poems. And so he's been on Wild Card on NPR, which is a great show
Mhm.
that I love. And he's like on, I think it was actually on Mel Robbins, of course. He's doing the pod circuit, the publicity
His,
pod
yeah, I've seen
circuit.
that.
And he's actually someone who I've always kind of like been neutral with, like, yeah, I like him, give or take, but I don't know, in his, like, older age, I loved his book, Green Lights. Did you ever read it? Like,
Yeah.
I actually listened to it, and, I mean, if you're gonna listen to an audiobook, you listen to Matthew McConaughey and his
Very soothing
amazing
voice.
narration,
Yeah.
and I think they have him on a bunch of call maps too, but he's kind of been in my orbit about his book of poetry. Sometimes I feel like he's, like, too I don't know, like, self-righteous a little bit? I don't know if that's the right word, but he's been
Interesting. Okay.
circulating in my content,
You know
so
what? He has it's a Texas content circuit right now because he's been everywhere and so has Glenn Powell. And the two of them I just associate with Texas, which because they want
Mhm,
to be associated with
mhm,
Texas because they're always at the games and
mhm.
it's college football season. And I don't know what Glenn's the football thing, Chad Powers. Glenn's
Yes,
promoting
yes,
Chad
yes,
Powers,
yes,
and
yes.
Matthew's promoting poetry. Very comparable.
Mhm,
But they're
mhm.
everywhere, the two of them. It's so interesting to me
It's
because
funny 'cause I
we've
haven't
talked about
seen
this.
them.
You haven't seen Glenn? Well, I follow him on social media because I loved that first, like, rom-com with Zoe Deutsch way back then, Set It Up. Is a really, really good, funny. Pete Davidson's in it. He plays, like, the gay roommate of Glenn Powell. It's just, like, a really funny cast, clever rom-com. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. So I followed him ever since that because I was like, "Oh, cute little Southern boy, fun." And then he did Top Gun and took off, and he's everywhere else. But Texas has been all over because of those 2
Wait, so
celebrities.
Top Gun was his breakout? I thought his breakout was, like, Twisters. I
I
didn't
think
realize
Top
Top
Gun came
Gun.
before Twisters.
Oh. I don't remember him in Top Gun Maverick. I should watch that's the next movie I gotta watch with Max because he's gonna be,
He's gonna
Maverick
be
for
Maverick.
Halloween. I got him an
He
awesome, legit bomber jacket, like
You mentioned it last week. I
oh,
can't wait to
oh,
see
yeah.
it.
It's,
Does Craig
yeah,
have a matching one?
he probably won't dress.
Craig slash
I
Goose?
think I think the jury's out on if we're gonna do, like, a family one. We've actually bizarrely never done a Halloween as a family. Max says he wants us to, but I don't know if he really wants us to. If anything, I'll be Charlie.
Yeah.
Craig can be, like he can be the old, like, fogey, crabby air guy who gets his coffee, like, falls over when
Great, yeah,
Maverick
just have
presses
him
red
walk around with a
nose.
coffee mug. That's
Something
perfect.
like that, yeah.
Coffee mug full of candy.
That's
The
actually not a bad
only
idea. But, yeah, I got him
the
a legit
only,
bomber jacket.
family costume we've done, and mind you, this is only gonna be our 4th Halloween, but when Emmy was her first Halloween, she was an infant, and we got a Ted Lasso onesie and little loafers, and she had a mustache pacifier, and we made her Ted Lasso. I was, Jamie Tart?
Mhm,
Is that
mhm,
his name?
mhm.
And I committed to the bit very unnecessarily because no one was looking at me, they were looking at the tiny baby with a mustache, and shaved a patch in my eyebrow,
What?
which
I did not remember this at all.
uh-huh, yeah, so unnecessary. And
Very
Spencer was the other coach who, again, whose name I'm blanking on. But that was the only family costume we've done. Then we just kind of went rogue. And this
Did your
year, I
but
don't
wait, no, back up. More importantly, has your eyebrow grown back? I've never known because like, it's a pretty
It did. It was a
difficult
patch for
thing
a
to
while,
do.
though. It was a patch for a while. It was this one. I'll send you
Yeah.
pictures. I definitely sent you a picture at the time, but again, it was so subtle you probably didn't even notice. Like, why the heck did I shave a chunk of my eyebrow out? Because people were only looking at our adorable baby dressed as a man. Silly.
Clearly,
But I was committed to
clearly.
the bit. Committed to the bit. This year, Emerson is set on being Belle, and Harrison is set on being Nemo. So how we connect those dots, I'm not sure. Or we don't, because who cares?
Yeah, I think. What's the big deal?
What's the
That's
big
your
deal?
thing.
Honestly, that is a what's the big deal? Because I remember growing up, first of all, my mom made all of our costumes every year, which hats off
Mhm,
to her. I'm one of
mhm,
4 kids.
mhm,
She would sew
mhm.
together
Yeah,
candy corn.
yeah,
She would get a huge, massive deck of cards, and like it was nothing, crazy over the top. It would like hole punch and then just put a strap. So I was a card on the front and
yeah,
back. My sister was a card on
yep,
the front and the back. And it was always all 4 of us, the same theme. And I remember the first year we were allowed to pick whatever we wanted. And my younger sister and I, who were very close, still ended up being Tweedledee and Tweedledum because we were like, let's just do it together anyway. But my brother was a ghost, I think, that year. And I don't even remember if my older sister participated. But it's so much work. And then to me, it's like school picture day or the first day of school. It's like, what's the big deal? Like, why would I fight to force my child to dress as a purple crayon to be a box of crayons with the rest of the family when they're sobbing the entire time and not going to enjoy themselves? Like that doesn't seem fun for me. I'd rather just let them put a sheet over their head and be a ghost for the 7th year in a row than fight this battle.
yeah, no, do whatever you want. Yeah.
That's our plan.
Amen.
So Nemo and Belle, we're just
Cheers.
going to be a walking Disney parade.
Do it. I love it.
And I have it was 3 years ago I found after Halloween like a Old Navy full one-piece pajamas for women that had a skeleton on it that's glow in the dark. So I've just worn that every year. I will not be wearing that this year. I don't think it'll fit as intended, but I love it. Every other Halloween, it's been my easy go-to. I'll just be a glow in the dark skeleton. So
Yeah, I love, I'm always a fan of homemade costumes. I don't think I ever had a store-bought costume until maybe, like, college. I think even in college I made my own. I think my favorite scandalous because, of course, in college, like, it's just, like,
Of
sexy
course.
nurses and all that shit.
Yeah.
But, like, most scandalous costume in college was I was a very, inappropriate I was a flasher, so it was, like, so inappropriate. So I had
I've
on
done
a
that costume.
like, a trench coat and, like,
Yeah.
nude underwear, and then on
Yeah,
my boots, I
absolutely.
have, like, 2 red, like, blinkers and like, a big, like, discreet hat, and so you open up your shirt and you're just, like,
It's
flashing
the best.
everyone.
That's so
It
smart.
was it was a
So
it was an
smart.
excellent college
Yeah,
costume.
I saw a variation on that that was newsflash, and it was a trench coat, but then underneath it's just newspapers in like a dress. So you're just opening up and you're not fully naked, which I thought was clever. But you're right. I think so. We were homemade costumes and family costumes for my entire childhood, and then freshman year of college, immediately went out and bought like sexy Disney princess, and my friends and I were all like Cinderella, Pocahontas, in like Pocahontas lingerie. And I remember I had to wear something under it because I am a taller person and it did not fit me appropriately. It just didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't know how to dress. It's full on mean girl style. Just slutty whatever
Love
you
Mean
can be.
Girls. So good.
That's freshman year of college. My word. I hope
I
my
know.
children are better prepared for that than I was in
It's gonna be such a I don't know, it's gonna be a weird time for them.
2003, 2002.
2 Yeah, 2002.
Yeah, we graduated in 2 and then
Yikes.
started that same fall. That's crazy.
So scary. Alright.
All right.
Well,
Well, cheers to
on that
getting
note,
our kids well prepared for college and everything else that lies ahead. If they want to go to college, they don't even necessarily have to go to
I know.
college. Who knows? Ay, ay,
And
ay.
so and also, we'll end it on the next few episodes. We are going to be introducing our fall slate of guests, which is going to be really, really fun. And I'm so
Starting next
excited
week.
to chat more with our SIP mafia. We haven't
Have
really
more
come up with a name
voices.
for our SIP people, but our little sippers are SIP
I don't
mafia.
think it's our job. I think they have to go. They,
Yeah, you
this,
guys gotta,
the groupies,
the people, of course, all the
the
groupies,
people,
the
the
roadies, the
listeners.
groupies.
We're open to
Give the people what they
suggestions.
want.
If you have suggestions, if you want a specific name, let us know because we don't know what to call you. Right now, we just call you mother-in-law, husband. We need a name
Spencer?
for the group. Yeah, Spencer, thank you for listening. Spencer, who listens multiple times, goes back and listens again so that he can come back and tell me his notes on audio levels
Yes.
and content
Yeah.
and where he stopped hearing. He had a
We have to
complaint
stop.
about not
No,
hearing
no. Gotta
laughter.
stop now. He's gonna tell us, "You guys tried to
I
exit
know,
this podcast multiple
it's
times. Can you
true.
just shut up and stop? Because you're done."
Spencer, send
I
us
feel
your
like I can
notes.
hear him.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
See you
thank
guys
you,
next week.
Spencer. Bye.